All right. Welcome, everyone. Today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, honestly, when it comes to life in general, not just oils and natural things. I just love talking about being more prepared, having a first aid plan, and just empowering families. This is so huge. I've been using, these oils obviously in more of a natural lifestyle since about 2009. And I had my first child in 2014, and then since went on after that to have three more. So I have four children total, and these have been my best friend as a mom, like literally every day. And I'm not just exaggerating, like literally every day. Today, this week, my one of my sons had a weird bite that got infected, and we were doing all sorts of oils and compresses, and it's so much better. And he was in a lot of pain. It was red, it's scary. Like what would I do if I didn't have oils? That's I say that to myself all the time. What would I do? Another one's having trouble sleeping. Another one has stomach issues this week. We have tools for all these things. Not to mention even more intense situations, which we're going to cover today. We're going to go a little bit more in depth on some things that are just true tools to have in your toolbox. And that's why I'm sharing. This is just to empower you to get the word out about these so that you know what to grab in an emergency. I don't want you going to the mom's chat and like writing like, what would you do? Like, what am I supposed to do here? I want you to know like, okay, I got a nosebleed that's not stopping. I'm grabbing this oil. Or I have a kid that's about to throw up. What am I going to do for him? We're doing this. So I want you to feel more empowered, right? Okay, so we're going to jump in. I'm going to just pop my screen off here so that I can focus. Here we go. All right, natural first aid. So welcome. We are so glad you're here. And this is what I'm going to be sharing about that what adding to the tools and toolbox, exactly what I said earlier. So, and how simple it can be. So maybe you've already done hours of research before buying, oils. Maybe you simply clicked on a friend's link and you know very little about oils, but you want to be here and you want to learn more. Your questions are going to be answered here. And please definitely reach out to me if you do end up having questions today or down the road. I'm here. So you're going to get all those tools that you need to stock a natural first aid kit, and you're going to leave this class feeling equipped to handle those inevitable bumps in the road because there's really so much empowerment in that, and that's what I said earlier too. So as an added bonus, in my eyes, huge. This is huge. We're going to get to hand these tools down to our kids who are then empowered about their own health. Like already, I can see how my kids know, like, Mom, I need an oil for this, or I went and got lavender in the middle of the night because I woke up, I couldn't fall back to sleep, something like that. So they're already so empowered, and I think it's such a gift, true gift to give to our kids. All right. So let's just jump right in here. So here we go. Being prepared, right? Be prepared. We want to know, if you want to know one of the best things about having a natural first aid kit, is that it's so easy to store and transport. So you can throw a oil roller in your bag with a few bandages. You can grab a small makeup bag of necessities for a trip. Give your kids an oil bottle or roller to stick in their backpack too, in case of a bee sting, for example, at school or their stress, anything like that. It's so simple to transport and use. Most of these oils you can literally just pop open and apply. You can go ahead and dilute them a little bit and use it as a roller in your car, purse, work, in a backpack, or whatever. So they're so easy to have on hand for any situation. They don't expire, so you don't have to worry about that, which is amazing. I've had some oils for like years. Just stored in my car. They're totally fine. When it comes to storing your oils, though, the rule is to keep them away from like really intense heat. So you don't want to put them on your stove or toaster oven, for example. Keep them out on the counter or on a wall shelf so you can grab them easily. So some practical tips for you here. Um, before I move on. We're going to designate a shelf in a common area of your home, maybe for keeping your oils and your ointment, so that everyone knows they can go there, right? Or you can grab a cute bag to fill with some oils and rollers to take with you every day. We have a spot where we have our oils in our house, and then we have one that goes with me everywhere. It's a blue bag. Everyone knows this blue oil bag is the first aid kit. So you can also place some bandages of various sizes on your shelf and in your bag too. So you have band-aids, and then you have your oils, and you're good to go. Another thing that I do keep a bottle in my car, and this does expire though, coconut oil or V6 air, like it's a fatty oil blend. Keep it on hand for applying oils easily if you need a dilution or if you need just to, apply a larger area. For example, if someone, has a very sore muscle, you could put a few drops of Panaway in a, tablespoon or so of coconut oil and then rub it in your hands and rub it all over the back. And then that's a great way to make the oil go farther. Diluting oils, just so you know, it slows down the process of the body metabolizing the essential oils. So the bigger the fat molecules of the carrier oil, they slow down the absorption rate, making your topical usage even more effective in some situations as your body has more time to use and process them. So it's not, it doesn't hinder their efficacy, it just slows down that metabolism. And here's a fun fact for you. Each oil has a suggested dilution ratio right on the bottle. So you may have to peel the label back to find it, but 1:1 dilution means 1 drop oil, 1 drop carrier. And 1:4 means 1 drop EO, 4 drops carrier, something that might need a little bit more dilution, for example. If you're planning to do that again, you don't need to dilute. So to apply the oils, you just place the carrier oil in your hand, like I said, drop in essential oils, and just really don't overthink this. You got this. You can also make some rollers to keep on hand, make it easy and straightforward for you. It's just really, really, really handy. Okay, so next we're going to move on here to cuts and scrapes. I don't know about you, but I remember like dreading getting my scrape cleaned as a kid. One day I was rollerblading with a friend, our skates hit, and down I went, road rash, like all up my leg, and I'll never forget that. It hurt so bad. But now with these tools, you don't have to be using that like nasty medicine on like a scrape like that. You can use something super gentle. So your kids aren't going to be screaming when you want to take care of them because they know it doesn't hurt. Lavender and geranium, for example, are amazing for anything skin related, cuts, scrapes, even beauty focused skincare for sure. And rose ointment is our neosporin replacement. It's your all-natural plant-based first aid ointment. So you can use it on its own for all kinds of things, use as a base for applying oils. But for cuts and scrapes, start with a little bit of rose ointment, then add a drop of lavender, drop of geranium, then apply it to the area. It's so soothing and gentle. It's not going to sting. And like I said, make your kids scream when you pull out the peroxide. If you don't have rose ointment on hand, you can grab some coconut oil or another carrier oil, add your essential oils, then apply to the cut or scrape. So same kind of thing. But the rose ointment ensures that the oils won't hurt the skin that way. If you don't want to touch the scraped area though, I recommend using a roller or a spray. Sprays are really great. So here we go. So for example, the Owie roller is a great one. You can do 15 drops of lavender, 15 drops of geranium, just fill it with carrier oil. And the spray is 45 drops lavender, 45 drops of geranium. And you can fill with a carrier oil as well. So you can use a 2-ounce glass spray bottle that way and keep that ready to go in your first aid kit because you know that you can easily, get that onto the spot without hurting the child too much or yourself. Next, we're going to talk about sprains and strains. So did you know that conventional over-the-counter pain relief creams simply make your skin tingle so that you forget about the pain underneath? They're technically a class of products called counter irritants, and they don't actually do anything to help that sore muscle. They just make you less aware of it while it heals. It's crazy, right? But it's definitely true. It's pharmacist verified. So instead, you want to reach for something like Panaway, Valor, Peppermint. You still get that lovely tingle on the skin from the mint, but you also get actual help in healing for the muscles and the tendons beneath. So Panaway is such a powerhouse. It's a minty blend. It contains wintergreen, which is the same plant family as willow bark. Willow bark is the original aspirin, if you didn't know. So that's where they got aspirin from, a natural source. They just synthesized it, right? But Panaway also contains copaiba, which supports the body through inflammation. So Panaway is it's really great for sprains, strains, and to help with that natural inflammatory process. Valor oil combines frankincense, blue spruce, blue tansy, camphor wood, and geranium, and basically just smells incredible. Valor is woodsy and a bit sweet. But not only do the spruce, frank, and camphor wood help support physical healing, this blend's also amazing for soothing the anxieties of being injured, which is really good to have for your littles. The Valor also contains blue tansy, which is known for its ability to soothe the central nervous system. So our stress and anxiety and worry and all that's kind of wrapped up in like an accident or falling or getting hurt, whatever, injured, it's going to really, really help. So those are great to use together. So next on here is peppermint, and that follows closely as another mint oil that helps to soothe sore, tense, sprained muscles and tendons, but also help the body heal. It's really crisp and refreshing. So something that you might want to do is make a roller bottle up ahead of time for sprains and strains. That would be about 15 drops of Valor, 10 drops Panaway, and 10 drops peppermint. So really simple. You just fill it with a liquid carrier again, and you're good to go with your roll-on. So you might want to make a salve as well, like more of like a muscle rub or so. You would just use 2 tablespoons of solid coconut oil, 20 drops Valor, 15 drops Panaway, and 15 drops peppermint. You can also use a soak this in this way. So you might want to use a 1/4 cup of magnesium flakes or Epsom salts, 15 drops Valor, and 5 drops peppermint. Mix the oils and magnesium together, then place it right away under the very warm water, and then soak the area or use it in a bath soak. So you can soak your ankle or sprain, something like that, or just soak your whole body. That sounds amazing too. Okay, so next we're going to move on to fevers. This is a big one for people with little kids, right? Did you know that a fever is actually a natural response of the body when it comes into contact with something that it needs to fight off? Yep, a fever is your body doing its thing to kill off whatever is making you feel bad. So does that mean we immediately run to grab something to lower it? Not usually, but we also don't totally need to ignore it either, right? So peppermint and lemon, if you apply them to the feet and the spine, can be really soothing in the presence of a fever. It makes you feel more comfortable while allowing the body to do what it was created to do. So peppermint is cooling and soothing to the skin, making it just feel better. If you want to truly lower a fever, try dropping peppermint directly into the belly button, which is a good tip. Lemon is also soothing and cooling in the presence of a fever. It's also rich in limonene, which supports the immune system. I've gotten to use these on my littles before, and the smaller the child, I usually go for lemon and I will dilute. I like to blend them together, the peppermint and the lemon, for the older kids too. And Thieves is a go-to for kicking the ick. It's a germ-fighting blend. It combines rosemary, lemon, eucalyptus, cinnamon bark, and clove. And it's really the powerhouse for immune health. So you can diffuse it, apply it, ingest it. Just get this oil in, on, or around the person who needs it. You can't go wrong with that. So practical tips with that. Sometimes making a roller feels overwhelming, so don't feel like you have to. Using the oils are truly just so easy. You can just pop the top and use a drop, right? Just make it really, really simple for yourself. Don't overthink is the bigger thing. So next is colds and coughs. We're gonna roll on to that here. Colds and coughs are inevitable, right? We want to make sure that we have the tools that we need to support our bodies through it and find that relief and offer that relief to our kiddos. So when it comes to coughs and colds, you want to grab Raven, Frank, and Lemon. So Raven, you're ditching the store-bought chest rubs and you're grabbing Raven instead. This eucalyptus blend is also infused with Ravensara, which is camphor, the active ingredient in Vicks chest rub. So we're just using the truly natural, like unadulterated, non-synthetic versions of what's in the OTC stuff anyway, right? So this blend is amazing to try diffused, alone or with lemon, when your nose and chest need some TLC. You can also combine it with a little coconut oil for a simple but super effective chest rub. You can put it on the shower floor during a hot shower or use it in a bath with some Epsom salts. It's really going to open things up. Frankincense is one of the most desired essential oils available today, and it is a total must-have. You have to have some frankincense in your home. It's our go-to for supporting our immune systems, maintaining really great, like vibrant skin. It's huge in skincare. And also calming the mind and emotion. So frankincense is lovely diffused with valor and lavender to help the mind and center the thoughts. It's really good for the lungs and breathing for sure. I've known some people who have struggled with asthma and they've really, really had a lot of enjoyment using frankincense rubbed on their chest or just diffused. So then lemon is a natural mucolytic, which means it's wonderful for breaking up congestion. So you can diffuse it and apply it. Super simple. So if someone's, stuffy or has a mucusy cough, rub this. I would rub it right on my child's back, add some carrier oil to it, make a nice little massage, rub on their back or chest. So it's also helpful for combating springtime allergies, and lavender, lemon, and peppermint combined is a huge relief for allergies, in fact. So a breathe easy roller that you can make is a 15 drops of Raven, 10 Frank, and 10 of lemon, and just fill with that liquid carrier oil. Again, you're good to go. A chest rub, you can use 1/4 cup solid coconut oil, 25 drops Raven, 20 drops Frank, 20 drops lemon. So you mix that and apply it to the chest, neck, back, bottoms of the feet, like super helpful for opening things up. And then for the diffuser, again, super powerful in diffuser, 5 drops Raven, 4 of lemon, 3 of frankincense. And that will help just everyone in the house who's or in the room. Next is stomach attacks. Let's roll on to that. Here we go. So stomach aches, there's quite possibly one of the worst ailments since it makes it impossible to function, right? So we have solutions. We have an oil for that. Natural solutions that work well and work quickly because that's what we want. We want relief fast. We don't want to wait. We want it to be natural, but also work fast, right? We can have our cake and eat it too here. Digize is your digestive blend. You want to keep this tool at the top of your toolbox. We found that no matter what you need, if you need to slow things down or speed things up, it will do the trick for your digestion. So, full of well-known digestive herbs like tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, fennel, lemongrass, anise, and patchouli. This blend, soothes any stomach issue. So whether you're needing to get things moving, to soothe an upset stomach, or just for daily digestive health, it's truly the blend to choose. You can use it topically or add it to an empty capsule with a little olive oil for a wonderful relief and some really good support. So another oil that you might want for digestion is peppermint. And I hope you've noticed how many overlaps we have in usage for these oils. You can, grab peppermint for pain, but you're also going to be grabbing it for a stomach ache if needed and headaches. So many uses, right? And I love that about it. You cannot go wrong with this. So if you're walking down the stomach aisle at a pharmacy, you'll notice that most all the products are mint flavored, and there's a good reason for that. It's incredibly soothing to the digestive system overall. It's great to inhale for nausea and motion sickness. It also works wonder in a capsule or in a large glass of water to soothe troubled bellies. Lemon is another one for stomach issues because the oil is cold pressed from the rind of the fruit, so it's alkaline. It's not acidic. So a drop of lemon in a glass of water helps really soothe stomach aches. It tastes great and it gives your liver a little TLC as well. So a great happy belly roller would be 15 drops of Digize, 10 of lemon, and 10 of peppermint. And you fill it with that liquid carrier oil like V6 or fractionated coconut oil, and you apply it over the abdomen liberally and often. Next, we're going to move on to burns. This is something I end up using often in my house myself. So if you've ever accidentally grabbed a hot pan without an oven mitt, or touched, yeah, that's usually what I'm doing. Or last night actually we were out roasting marshmallows, so you just kind of have that on standby in case someone touches something hot. If that ever does happen to you, just reach for lavender, copaiba, and lavender as well. So lavender is great for cuts and scrapes. It's also wonderful for burns. It helps soothe damaged skin, but also helps the body regenerate skin in a damaged area. We found that if I burn my hand, I run it under cold water immediately. And then as soon as I'm done doing that, I put on lavender. I end up having like way less, like 90% less pain than I would if I hadn't put the lavender on, and no blisters. So it works really, really well. Next is copaiba, and it's like the fireman of the first aid kit. It goes around putting out fires and soothing inflammation. It's gentle enough to use for teething on like my toddler's cutting some more teeth. I just put it right on his gums, but it's also effective. It's really, really powerful. So it soothes the inflammation of burns and really helps heal the skin, which is what we need. So lavender is a spray and it's infused with lavender essential oil. And it's a must-have in our first aid kit. I feel like it's a great, like almost like a Neosporin spray. You can use it like that. It's great for after sun. You don't have to touch the tender skin. It's great for any kind of burn. So like sunburns or actual heat burns. And it really soothes the pain and itching, cuts, scrapes, insect bites, stuff like that too. So it's wonderful to have in your first aid kit. And a practical tip here, when it comes to a burn, apply lavender and copaiba in a carrier oil to make sure it doesn't sting, then cover the bandage if desired. I put it on straight personally, and I probably would for my kids too, but again, if you have someone more sensitive, you might want to try that. Next, I just had to deal with this recently, bites and stings. I'm a beekeeper, and I usually don't get stung when I'm in my hive, but couple days ago, I actually stepped on a bee barefoot and had to deal with this, but luckily I had something. So I was so happy to know what to reach for. So it's inevitable, right? Getting bite stings is one area where we really like having things on hand. You don't want to be looking for your first aid kit when something like this happens because like timing really is important. The faster I get purification on my sting, the faster it ends up healing. So let's see. Lavender, I guess let's talk about first. It's our go-to for all skin things, but it really helps to stop itching of the stinging. It has natural antihistamine properties in it. So it's really the first one you want to reach for when it comes to any kind of bite, like mosquito bite, things like that. You can apply it with the rose ointment as well. If you forget the bug spray or simply get too many bites, purification is also wonderful for stopping the itching, soothing the skin, healing the area. You can apply it with rose ointment pretty often. Purification is my go-to personally for any kind of bites. We keep it down in our homestead shed too, because my kids have gotten stung by wasps in the past, and those hurt way more than honeybee stings, honestly. And we found the faster we get the purification on, the faster we're healing up and out of pain. And then again, lavender, it's truly our go-to for so much minor cuts, scrapes, sunburns, insect bites, most skin irritation. So it's really a must. It's easy to apply and it doesn't require you to touch the injured skin. And you can get creative. Like if you wanted to dump like a bottle of purification or a half bottle into your Lavaderm and have a spray like just for, getting stung, like you could do that too. You can get really creative with this. You can't hurt yourself. So next we're going to move into the emotional side of things over here. And this is a big one, panic attacks. It's really powerful because a lot of people, if they're having one, they don't know what to do, or your child's, in a state of mind. It's hard to kind of like know what to do. If you don't have oils, again, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have these oils. So we're not turning to like, pharmaceuticals here, where we want something that will truly help reset our mind, our emotions. And oils are amazing because they work with the physical body to release stored emotions, and they can also be used aromatically to shift our mood and focus via the limbic system of the brain. So there's science backing this up because of how closely linked the olfactory nerve is, which said our sense of smell, to our limbic system of the brain, which controls our memories, emotions. This is huge for that. So if you're feeling any kind of panic or overwhelm, anxiety like rising, grab an oil, close your eyes, and breathe deeply directly from the bottle. I actually had a friend experience this at one point, and she went for lavender because that's what she had on the at the time. She just did massive amounts of lavender, and it really, really helped her. So I think, again, you want to sniff from the bottle, or if you're being called to putting it all over your body, do that too, all over your chest, wherever you can breathe it. Just listen to what your body's asking for, but these are really going to help you. Peace and calming. This is probably one of my top 3 oils. I love it. It's one of the most popular blends too for premium living, and for a good reason. It's a blend of tangerine, orange, ylang ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. And it's made to really relax the body and calm emotions. It can signal overtired and overworked body systems that it can talk to your systems that are overworked and signal that it's a safe place, safe space to release stress and really invite a sense of calm. I heard too that it was designed to help feelings of rage or tantrums in children. So any kind of anger, if you have that going on yourself or a child or postpartum things, like this is a really, really powerful oil, and it's not to be overlooked. I would grab it for sure. Valor is next. It's a rich, woodsy, and a little sweet. It contains blue tansy. It's also so helpful for many emotions around our activated sympathetic fight or flight response. Thus, its battle-worthy name, right? They used to put on this, the Roman soldiers used to put on a blend of these oils that are in valor before they went and fought in war. So that's what it's just a powerhouse when you're facing a trial or a season of adversity, because of its natural properties, that they actually really help align the body both emotionally and physically. So huge. And then stress away. It's like a vacation on a bottle. I say that all the time, vacation in a bottle. Convenient and ready to go anytime that you need it. Stress away essentially combines Copiba, lime, cedarwood, vanilla, acatea, and lavender for a soothing blend. That's exactly what the name says. So my kids love this one too. They're really drawn to this one and the peace and calming. But stress away is just you can't go wrong with it in the diffuser either. It just makes everything smell so good. Okay, moving on here to headaches. So we said earlier that stomach troubles might be the most annoying, but honestly, I think it's headaches. Headaches make it where you really cannot function, and that's really just not good. I'm prone to them, unfortunately, and I've found some oils that really, really help. I'm going to share it here. So when it comes to headaches, we love frankincense, peppermint, and valor. Frankincense is such a beautiful, versatile oil. It's rich in antioxidants. It helps soothe the physical and emotional tension of a headache. Many people like to place a drop on their thumb and push your thumb to the roof of your mouth. So you can also add frankincense to some magnesium flakes too for a long, hot soak in the tub. It's supposed to really help too, the hot water for headaches. And peppermint is next. It's soothing, it's cooling to the body overall, making it one to reach for sure when you have a headache. The icy cool relief is wonderful, like massage into the neck, temples, and shoulders, and it actually kind of talks the muscles and really releases stress in the muscles. It helps them calm and soften. Valor is great for tension as well. Not only do the spruce, frank, and camphorwood help support physical healing, but it's amazing for soothing the anxiety and stress of a headache too. It contains blue tansy, as we know, for its ability to soothe the central nervous system and really align the body. So a great roll-on for headaches would be 15 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of peppermint, 10 drops of valor. And you can optionally put in 10 drops of lavender too. And you just fill that with that liquid coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil, and you're good to go. You have that ready. So a head-on diffuser blend would be 5 drops peppermint and 5 drops lavender. It's an amazing combo. And some practical tips too for that. You want to hydrate. Many headaches can be warded off with water, as we know. But you want to apply the oils liberally and frequently. Make sure not to get the peppermint too close to the eyes. But the more often you apply them, the more they're going to be helping. You can't just, assume that one drop is going to do it, though it may. But you want to make sure you're fighting an army with an army, we like to say. Layer frankincense, then valor, then peppermint if you're not using a roller, or add a little peppermint on top of the roller. You can do that too. Peppermint will help to drive the other oils into the tense muscles. So many find it soothing to take a warm bath with magnesium flakes and essential oils when they have a headache. So you might want to try that. Another thing to try is to soak your feet in really warm water as hot as you can stand it with some Epsom salt and frankincense. So while soaking, then apply a cold pack to your head. Sit with your feet in the hot water and a cold head for 15 minutes or so. Fire up your diffuser and just relax, and then apply your oils. It's a really good combo. So I hope you got something out of these tips, these slides, as we're working through them here. I think it's very important to have a one-stop spot for all your stuff. Like we said in the beginning, keep your oils in a case or displayed next to your bandages or something, and in one spot that everyone knows. Another one we didn't talk about here, but I definitely recommend looking into more too is helichrysum. It's a huge oil in our house because we have one of my kiddos is prone to really bad nosebleeds, and it always does a trick to help them stop. Helichrysum is amazing. Geranium is a backup to helichrysum as well, and you can look at these two to add on to your starter kit in a box, basically, because they're just so helpful. But having them accessible for your children, for your whole family, no one has to scramble or wonder where things are. And they get to know which one's which, right? If your kids are too young to read, they're looking for the label colors, which is really helpful too. I found it very awesome to have these in momming as my kids were growing up. So if you want to stock your first aid kit, get ready to go, whether you've been using oils for a long time or you're brand new, you can grab this kit. It essentially comes with a free diffuser. The diffuser is now upgraded to an even more beautiful one called the Adobe. But it comes with the 12 oils here. We've covered them all: frankincense, lavender, lemon, peppermint, thieves, digest, raven, pan away, valor, stress away, peace and calming, and citrus fresh is a great one for uplifting the mood. So that one's another really powerful one for emotions. It also comes with Thieves hand sanitizer, Thieves spray, ninja packets, and like I said, the diffuser, which essentially comes for free, but you're able to get the upgraded one that looks way cooler than this one now. So this is what you can grab. Like I said, if you're already a member, you can just grab this kit, make it simple for yourself because you're saving so much money. You get the free diffuser with it, yes, but just buying these oils individually would be way, 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 way more than just buying them the kit. So restock your kit, your first aid kit with this kit. If you're brand new, you can just easily grab this one kit and it will cover all the things that we talked about today. You can also add on the rose ointment, lavender, geranium, copaiba, the helichrysum to make it like your top tier first aid kit. That's what I highly recommend grabbing some extras. If anything, if I had to pick one, I would pick adding on purification because that one is just amazing. That and helichrysum. And diffusing. It's quite possibly one of the easiest health habits that you can start immediately, right? So if your space smells amazing, it just makes you happier. Everyone's mood is adjusted. It feels good. You get tons of benefits because these oils are going to be helping all your body systems as you're diffusing. It's a great way to get people on board if they're not, going to be applying them themselves, or for little ones or older ones or husbands or people who aren't that into it yet. Diffusing is just one way to make the house smell great, but also have those amazing therapeutic benefits. So again, if you're feeling queasy or something, you fill the diffuser up with peppermint and lemon. If you're sore and tired and grumpy, grab your Bel Air Stress Away, Peace and Calming, and fill the diffuser with that, right? So diffuser is truly a wonderful way to allow multiple people to receive the benefits of oils, so all at once. And I just want to touch on loyalty rewards. If you're brand new or need a refresher, it's about making life simpler, saving money, getting free products, and a good discount. So you order your loving favorites via the loyalty rewards program so that you can get reward points. That's like, I'm summing it up. You get points for every order that you put in, which are good. They're almost like $1 per point, basically. It kind of translates. So you get to get a lot of cool stuff this way. I'm still surprised. I've been doing this for 15 years on this program, and I cannot believe how much free stuff I get to purchase simply because I'm ordering through this program. You can cancel at any time. You can change your order at any time as well. Like, you don't have to get the same stuff every month. It's really simple to do. They have a great interface to do it online. It's not complicated. Like, I've tried to do some subscriptions with like my coffee company and stuff like that, and it's so hard to change the subscription. I just want to smash the phone sometimes when I'm trying to figure it out. This is not like that. This is so easy, and you can save things for later. They have a great like system in the back office to manage it. So you also get a free diffuser if you're on it for a couple months. You get another free diffuser there. You can gain access to exclusive oils, save money, have it all show up at your doorstep. So really, really cool. So yes, after you place just 2 consecutive 50 PV orders, you'll earn your first free gift, which is a diffuser. So super cool. And all it takes is a few minutes to get started. So basically, when you're going to add your stuff to the cart, during checkout, you see the option that says, would you like to make this your first loyalty order? You select yes. Then all your items in that cart will process for the loyalty rewards. You get the points, and any also freebies that come by being part of the program will appear in your order too. So it's really neat. There's no minimum PV required, but just at least one item that is eligible for loyalty rewards must be in your cart to enroll, which is most stuff. Then you just manage it in your My Loyalty Order tab for the next month. You can add, delete, move items, save for later. Before your next process date, you can change your date. Like I said, everything is so user-friendly back there. It's like really like truly like a easy button for life. So next, if you are brand new, you can use code SHAREYL for 10% off. And if you want to learn more, I'm doing these classes monthly. I have different topics every month. This is my favorite class. I'll probably be repeating this again in the future, but each month I try to do something different. So stay in touch with it, just make sure you're in our Oily Info group or follow me on Facebook. That's where I'm usually sharing the details. I'll probably post the next date this week. And then right here, if you want to order, you can screenshot this or like take a picture with your phone. And the link will pop up from that QR code, and it'll go to the wish list. So even if you're already a member and you want to order the items that we talked about in here, like the add-ons or the kit, just take a picture with your phone of that QR code, and it will pop up with a link. You hit that link and it'll bring up the wish list that I created that has all of my favorite prepping oils in it, including the kits. So if you want to grab a kit, you just add to cart and then you check out as normal. It's super, super simple. And be sure to ask me if you have any questions. I'm here. Find me on Facebook, send me a message. If you have a request for a class topic, please let me know too. But make sure you're in our Oily Info community. We also have emails that I send out monthly. Once you're a member and on our email list, I actually they come out weekly for tips. And then at the beginning of every month, we have something that kind of summarizes all the goodies and freebies for that month ahead. So lots of fun stuff. I hope you took some, good nuggets out of this class, and you're able to feel more empowered using your oils as a natural first aid kit. Thank you for joining. See you guys next time.